Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about a very special coin, the 2000 South Carolina State Quarter from the United States. This is not just any quarter. Some versions of this coin can be worth big money in the coin collecting world. The 2000 South Carolina State Quarter is a coin that many people have seen in their everyday change, but what makes it exciting is that some rare versions of this coin can be worth a surprising amount of money. Even though most examples are worth only 25 cents, a small number of these coins have special mint errors or high grades that make them valuable to collectors. Some of these rare error coins have sold for hundreds thousands, and in extremely rare cases, even over $10,000 or more. Because of these stories, many people enjoy checking their old quarters to see if they might be holding something special. This coin is part of the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each state had its own design, and the South Carolina quarter was released in 2000. The back of the coin features an outline of the state, the palmetto tree, the Carolina wren, and the yellow jessamine flower. These symbols represent South Carolina's history, nature, and culture. The front of the coin has the familiar portrait of George Washington. The design itself does not affect the value very much, but errors created during minting do. The D mint mark, which shows the coin was made at the Denver Mint, appears under the date. Most of these quarters were made correctly, and in extremely large quantities. Because of that, a normal 2000 South Carolina quarter in used condition is worth only about 25 cents to $1, and even a clean, uncirculated one usually sells for $1 to $3. These common coins have no special value. The high prices people hear about apply only to coins with rare errors or perfect grading. Minting errors are what makes some of these coins valuable. Errors happen when something goes wrong during production. Most errors are caught at the mint before the coins ever reach the public, but sometimes a few slip through. When they do, collectors become very interested because errors are different, unusual, and scarce. One major type of error is called a multiple strike error. In one famous case, a 2000 South Carolina quarter was struck 9 times instead of once. This mistake caused the designs to overlap and twist in strange ways. Because this type of error is extremely rare, that particular coin sold for almost $3,000 at auction. That is a huge jump from its face value of 25 cents. This shows how dramatically an error can increase a coin's worth. Another extremely valuable mistake is something called a mule error, which is one of the rarest mistakes in all of coin collecting. A mule error happens when the front of one coin and the back of another coin are accidentally paired together. With the South Carolina quarter, a mule was made using the front of a Sacagawea dollar and the back of the state quarter. This kind of mistake should never happen, yet a few were made. Because mule errors are almost unheard of, they can sell for tens of thousands, and sometimes over $100,000 depending on condition and certification. This makes the mule one of the most valuable modern coin errors in U.S. history. These coins are so rare that most collectors will never see one in person. Besides those huge errors, there are smaller mistakes that can also add value. Coins struck off-center, for example, may be worth $20 to $200 depending on how dramatic the shift is. A broad strike error, where the rim looks stretched or missing, might be worth $10 to $50. A double die, where parts of the design appear doubled, can be worth $50 to $200 or more, depending on how noticeable the doubling is. A coin struck on the wrong planchet may also be valuable, sometimes over $1,000 if it is a dramatic mistake. These values are not guaranteed, but they give you an idea of what collectors look for. This is why people often talk about the 2000 South Carolina quarter being worth up to $9,000 or more. That kind of price is possible only for rare error coins, not regular ones. The average person's 2000 quarter is likely worth only a small amount unless it has an unusual feature. But the possibility that a rare version exists is what attracts so much attention. People hear stories of rare coins selling for big money and hope they may have one too. To check whether your quarter is valuable, you should look carefully at the details. First, look for the D mint mark. Then study the design to see if anything looks unusual. If the picture seems off, shifted, doubled, or missing, you may have an error. Look at the edges too. If the rim looks strange or uneven, that could also mean an error. Using a magnifying glass is helpful because some details are small. If you believe your coin might have value, the next step is to send it to a professional grading service. Professional certification can greatly increase the value of a rare coin because collectors trust coins that have been examined by experts. Collectors love these coins because they tell a unique story. An error coin shows how something unexpected happened during the minting process. Even though machines are designed to make identical coins, mistakes still happen from time to time. These mistakes create coins that are unlike the millions of normal ones. That rarity and unusual appearance are what give the coin its value. When someone buys an error coin, they are not just buying a piece of metal, they are buying something that is one of a kind. Finding a valuable coin is not easy, but it is possible. Many people enjoy searching through their change for interesting coins. Even if you don't find a rare error worth thousands, you might still find coins worth a few dollars. The hunt itself is part of the fun, and checking your coins costs nothing. Children and adults both enjoy the challenge of trying to discover a hidden treasure in everyday life. It also teaches patience, attention to detail, and appreciation for small things. The 2000 South Carolina quarter will probably continue to be popular because of the combination of its interesting design and its potential for valuable errors. Most coins from this series are common, but the rare ones are extremely rare and can bring high prices. Whether your coin is worth 25 cents or several $1,000s depends on its condition and whether it has a rare minting mistake. But even if your coin is common, it still represents a piece of history from one of the most successful coin programs the United States has ever created. In the end, the value of these coins comes down to rarity, condition, and the type of error. A normal 2000 quarter is worth 25 cents to a few dollars. A noticeable error might be worth $20 to a few $100s. A dramatic error like a multiple strike can be worth thousands. And an extremely rare mule error can be worth tens of thousands to over $100,000. These values are what make people so eager to check their coins and keep their eyes open for anything unusual. You never know when a small coin in your pocket might turn out to be something very valuable.